Someone said it was rainy or cloudy.
It's raining.
It was rainy, yeah. What, Ellis, what do you do on rainy days?
I just sit here and do nothing.
Do you do schoolwork or just relax?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, me too. On rainy days, I stay inside because I really don't like rain. It gets on my collar, on my clothes, and it feels uncomfortable. And then it makes me feel cold all day. Also, Ellis, if you like to read, you can get some hot tea or coffee or hot cocoa and sit and read a good book for 1 or 2 hours on a rainy day. I always like to do that. Yeah. How about Mr. Elvin? Elvin, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, Elvin, good to see you. Sorry, in some of the other classes, the students talk so much, and I feel like I should give you more chances to speak. Is that okay?
I don't really like to say a lot.
Okay.
So
When you listen, do you learn things from the other students?
yes, I do.
Okay, because some of them are so young and kind of the behavior can be a little bit foolish. I'm just hoping that if you listen to them, you hear some things that are intelligent sometimes. Okay. How about Fam? Are you there, Fam? Fam's mic is on. It's okay to leave your microphones on because you
No,
guys are.
I'm in the middle of something. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Oh, that's fine, Fam. Okay. Let me know when you're ready to talk. That's fine. And so there are two Fams. There's Fam An. Fam An, are you here? Fuong. And then if you have a difficult, you can put in the chat. Sometimes people have a sore throat from a cold or their microphone isn't working. So you can send me messages if you want. Fuong An Fam. Ruyoko, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Nice work on your homework, Ruyoko. I was really impressed.
Thank you.
Great stuff. We're going to share a lot of your homework tonight because all of you did the homework from different topics or perspectives. It's all unique. I really enjoyed reading it. And what it showed me as a teacher is you guys are ready to start using sources in academic writing. And some of you are just in early stages of secondary school. So it's like really advanced skills you have. The sources or citation homework that you did for me shows me that you are ready to do first and second year of college work, almost all of you. So that's really impressive, really great to see. Mr. Tintin, how are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hey, did you get my big long comments on the bottom of your homework?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're interested, Tintin, you can get those United Nations IPCC. That's the what is it? IPCC is Interpanel on Climate Change. Is that right? Climate Change, IPCC. I'll put it in chat. It stands for IPCC. They have a small version that's 32 pages. It's for busy government workers, but they also have 1,000 pages. And if you want to do really advanced research in climate change, Tintin, then the IPCC is really important. It's like 1,000-page report that comes out every 7 years. So the most recent one came out, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. And those reports are kind of terrible, Tintin, because the scientists are really serious about it. And the situation keeps getting worse and worse. Hey, Tintin, I found out what it stands for. It's Intergovernmental Panel. That's what the I is for. Intergovernmental Panel means researchers from governments all over the world. So that's what that means. Okay. Let's see. We have Tra. Are you here, Tra?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. How are you today?
Great.
Great. Okay. I was just telling the students they did a really wonderful job on these how to find good sources. You had the students had good explanations about why a source is strong and why another source might be weak or just so-so. They're really great stuff. So since it's 8:01, more students are coming, and that's fine. We'll start slowly, but I really would like to go to Ellis's work first. Ellis, you did a wonderful job. So Ellis, would you like to read your work? Because I'm drinking tea tonight. The weather in West Japan changed to kind of cold weather, and my voice always gets dry at night on cold winter nights. It's almost winter in Japan. About 2 more weeks, it will be, really cold. But right now it's cold enough so my voice sounds a little like rah, 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 rah. It's difficult to speak, okay? So hello, Uyen just joined us as well. So I will drink my favorite tea, Earl Grey, and I will get Ellis's thing ready here. Ellis, are you almost ready?
Yeah, I'm super ready.
Wonderful. You say, I'm so ready. That's really great, Alice. Alice, let me see how to find it. There it is. And I'm going to put it on the share screen. And, these are short enough. We could probably read all of these because I want the students in this class to experience all the different kinds of sources that students are using for their research. So there was my original question. Describe 2 sources to support your academic writing. One is weak or only so-so. The other is quite good. It's a strong source. Can you describe why one is only fair or so-so and why the other is quite good? Should social media, oh, I'm sorry. Ellis, you read it. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Can you see it, Ellis? Oh, Ellis's microphone went off.
I can see.
Okay, here you go, Ellis. Topic.
Topic: should social media be banned or just let it keep spreading? Thesis statement: as technology becomes more popular in people's daily lives, there are no less advertisement posts and social media platforms, and this is a common thing for a majority of people. Just imagine living without technology, the internet or websites. It will become a more different world than we know than today.
Yeah, here we go. Those are good sources. And now here we go. The comparison of the sources, Ellis.
For source number 1, post includes the author's name, especially from Binghamton News. Date written, scientific research points out and offers its own opinions. Post is mainly about the cons of social media, mainly focusing on problems social media could cause. Yet, despite the ideas and evidence supporting the text, the post is mostly involved from a problematic standpoint, not separated deeply into what can cause the poster on can cause to the poster on social media.
Yeah.
For source number 2, it takes a while its own critique on the effects of social media on mental health of an individual. This is an individual case of study approach. Post also includes scientifically researches and important discoveries on mental health effects from social media platforms.
And then strong persuasive.
Strong persuasive evidence, detailed explaining about different kinds of mental affliction like FOMO, fear of missing out, or cyberbullying. Although it had many interesting and important discoveries, a domain name a
Mhm.
kind of happy feeling chemical in our brains. The post is still missing the common information like the author's name and the date when the post was written.
Yeah.
In conclusion, I believe the second source is more likely to catch the attention for students that need information on universities entrance exam and final semester exams than the first source.
Very nice, Ellis. And then Ellis, you got my note. The way you use research is it's really interesting because that's the old style. Now they would say scientific research projects or research efforts, but to put it as researchers, it's okay. It's just that it's about 120 years ago. There would be book titles called Researches on Discoveries on Mars, right? And they meant to say research projects, but that's just how they used to say it in the old days. So very good. I really like it. Post one, post two. Oh, by the way, Ellis, I had it not separated deeply into what can cause negative effects on the poster on social media. So I think that part is also important. I missed it in the original corrections. Okay. And then this one, two ways. Americans say Binghamton, but the British say Binghamton. So this is a hard one to describe. Binghamton News. But my British friends always tell me Americans say that word wrong, like the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Britain says Birmingham, Birmingham. If you have British teachers and Australian teachers, they'll laugh if you pronounce it Binghamton or something like that. Okay, any questions for Ellis, class? We see Rick just joined us. Ellis did her sources work and did a very nice job of that sources work. Let's see. Uyan, good evening to you, Uyan. Try to fix the microphone, said Fam. Okay, very nice. Let's try another one. So let me just put Ellis's away. And we're going to go through as many of these as we can because I was really impressed. This is really great work to all of you. I looked at how you handled sources and it was just, oh, that's not the one I want. That is different. Okay, let me see. Go to Ellis. Ruyoko. This is the other one I liked. Mr. Ruyoko, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Ryoko, I'm going to do the share screen and then Ryoko, normally you're quiet, so I'm going to ask you to do some work now. But remember, this is a more adult class, Ryoko, so you need not be shy. This is more adults. I think you're more serious student, Ryoko. So here you go.
All right. Big source general websites. What
Hmm.
are they? General news websites are digital platforms that provide a wide range of current events, news stories, and information covering topics like politics, business, technology, health, entertainment, and sports. They often feature breaking news, investigative journalism, expert opinions, and multimedia content like videos and images to offer comprehensive coverage. Examples include well-known sites such as BBC News, CNN, and the New York Times. These websites aim to inform the public, offering content that is usually updated frequently and accessible on various devices.
Yes.
While they are weak, general news websites can sometimes be considered weaker sources, especially in academic or research context, for
Hmm.
reasons such as broad coverage over depth, timeliness, accuracy, sensationalism, commercial influence, secondary source. For example, or highly, for for example, for highly reliable needs, scholarly journals, primary sources, and specialized publications are often preferred, as they tend to undergo more rigorous review processes and offer deeper evidence-based insights.
Hmm.
Strong source websites with information reviewed by experts and taken from reliable sources. What are they? Websites with expert reviewed Reliable information include JSTOR, PubMed, government, government sites like cdc.gov,
Mm,
educational institutions, for example, harvard.edu,
mhm.
and specialized publication like Nature. These sources emphasize accuracy and undergo rigorous review, and are good for academic works and research. Why are they strong? These sources are strong because they prioritize accuracy through expert review, rigorous fact checking, and reliance on primary data. Scholarly and government sites often use peer review, a process where specialists verify findings, ensuring that information is credible, well researched, and unbiased. This level of scrutiny makes them highly reliable for detailed and accurate information.
Yeah. So I said, good. Just Store, Ruyoko, I gave you this note. It's very good when I was working on my master's degree, but the search engine for Juster was a little bit frustrating. It wouldn't respond well to search uh, inquiries or inputs to find things. So if you work with Justor, it can be really frustrating. Most important part of this, though, Ryoko, you got this, very important accuracy through expert review, rigorous fact checking. That's the main point. So that's really good you got that. So thank you, Ryoko. It's good for our classmates to review that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to another one. We did Ellis and Ryoko. And let's see. We have another one here. And this is Tintin. Now, Tintin, this is interesting because Tintin, you show an interest in climate change and you are becoming more and more interested in your information is becoming better and better. So it's good to see you as a student increase your knowledge on climate change. Would you like to read it, Tintin?
I don't know because I accidentally yesterday I went swimming and I caught a cold.
Oh no, so I'll read it if that's okay. Okay.
Okay.
Poverty. Yeah, so poverty is a thing that most people don't really take notice because they live in richer countries. This is a massive problem because poorer countries don't have enough healthcare resources to combat these diseases. By trying to better the world, helping these countries, we can stop this altogether. And he has the World Bank, which is always a really good source. And then he has inequality, also very good. Reliability is one of the main things to tell the quality of the sources apart, to see if this information can be trusted. This source, I think it's number one, shows a graph of the effects on all the countries with different economies. And it also tells us a bit about the hardships in these times. If I couldn't find any unreliable websites, oh, I see. So Tintin, this is all one source. Okay, I understand now. Something unreliable would be something like poverty affects the worldwide community of nations. And although in the months and years after the COVID-19 pandemic came, everyone just went back into quarantine and poor countries just became poor. That's pretty true. It's just like a basic internet website statement, Tintin. So Tintin, I offered you that IPCC, the United Nations reports on climate change. They're very similar to World Bank. They have panels of experts from all over the world, and that's a much better source to use. But this is really good, Tintin, also. So these are going by quite quickly. We can probably do all of them tonight. Let's go to Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy. Jimmy, are you here tonight? Oh, no, Jimmy, this is the wrong one. This is for basic writing class number 2. I'm sorry about that. Let's put that over here and let's go to Quan. Let me see. Quan on sources. Quan, this is Elvin, right? Elvin, are you Quan? Or who is Quan? I'm mistaking Quan for Elvin. Quan, are you here tonight? I'm not sure.
Quan is me, Alvin.
Elvin is Quan.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Quan. Quan, this is great work as usual. So here, let me put the share screen on. The share screen. This is Quan, everybody. You did a really wonderful job here. Almost no mistakes, Quan, by the way. Okay, there we go. And can you read weak source?
Okay. Weak sources, new website articles, description. This source is an article from general web news website. It's provide a quick summary of the topic with a focus, recent developments, but lacks depth and critical analysis. The author is a journalist with no specific expertise in the field. The article also does not cite any academic sources and relies mainly on general information and interviews.
Mm.
Why it's weak? While article can provide current information, they are often not detailed or rigorous enough for academic writing. They focus more on reporting than in-depth analysis or research. Without peer review and authoritative sources, like the credibility needs for strong academic support. Strong source, peer-reviewed research article. Description: this source is a research article published in a respected peer-reviewed academic journal. The author are scholars with advanced degrees and research experience. The article is thorough, including a detailed literature review methodology and data analysis. It also provides citations to others' academic studies, supporting its arguments with evidence. Why it's strong? Peer-reviewed journal articles are highly credible because they undergo a rigorous review process by experts before publication. They provide in-depth analysis, use reliable data, and backed by research, making them a solid foundation for academic writing. Their thoroughness and accuracy of these source and substance weight on scholarly arguments.
Yeah, Elvin, really good points. Now, one of the things when you do your research, though, even though they are experts and they have other people who review their articles, sometimes two or three fellow researchers, Elvin, the academic scholars get into word fights with each other. They don't actually fight, but they get into arguments in writing in journals to question each other's work. So sometimes if you do a Google search, make sure you also type in something like this, Elvin. I'll put it in your thing here in your notes. You could write criticism of climate change links to civil okay, so Elvin, the Sahel is a huge desert in Africa, in Mali, and there's a lot of fighting going on there. And some researchers have tried to connect it to climate change, that the farmers have to leave their land and they're fighting each other to find grass for their cows and their goats and their sheep. But other scholars argue no, climate change isn't causing fighting there. It's just always been a desert. And this gets into a really crazy discussion. And so you have to read the arguments back and forth. It's a good way to become like an expert in your own style, but you have to read a lot of fighting back and forth between the scholars, right? And sometimes that can become a little bit tiring, Elvin. You say, I'm tired of all the arguing. Okay. Let me see. This one is interesting. Reasons against oh, this one's excellent. I forget who this is. If I put your work up on the screen and you recognize it, I really enjoyed this because this is a hot topic in America because Donald Trump won the election and he's talking about 10 to 20% tariffs. So this has become a huge topic, everybody. And there's a whole story. I could talk about this for an hour, but I won't because this is your writing class. Who wrote this one? Was it V? Was this yours? No, V was a different one. Who wrote this finance economics article? Can you tell me? Let me see in the notes if I put, oh, it's Pham. Hey, Pham. Are you there, Pham? Let me check if her microphone's okay.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, you're good, Pham. Ready to go. Thank you for including this because, as I said before here, let me just quickly write it. The expression hot topic in America right now. Okay, so I'll take that away. I want to write over your great work. All right, Pham, would you like to read for everybody?
I'm afraid I can't because my background is very noisy right now.
Okay, can I read it then?
Okay, but I think you mistake. It's just not my homework. I'm really sorry. I haven't sent my homework yet.
No, this is really good. I was reading this. It was engaging. It made me interested in the topic, and for all of our finance people too, like Rick, this is excellent work. Would you like to read it, Pham?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll read it. Don't be embarrassed. It's really good. So reasons against raising tariffs are increasing consumer prices, discourages trade, harms domestic industries, economic inefficiency, and retaliatory measures. The sources are NBC News, Pros and Cons, and Investopedia. Pham said, in my opinion, NBC News and Investopedia are generally more reliable. NBC News has established reputation, editorial standards, and reliability. And Pham, I agree with this because when you look at the people who are on NBC News, these are reporters who have very nice high salaries. They've taken courses in speaking, so their voices sound good. But most importantly, they come from the finance industry for CNBC Business News. So these are people who know what they're talking about. So I agree with you that NBC is quite good. Investopedia, I don't know much about it, but you wrote expert oversight, editorial policies, comprehensive content. And then in pros and cons, you said general information, pros and cons provides pros and cons. Ellis, you also use this word from the debate class. Pro means support, con means against an argument. So nice work on that, Ellis 11. But it might not have the same level of editorial oversight or expertise. This is an excellent point, Pham. I really like that one. Let me read it again. General information, pros and cons.com provides pros and cons on various topics, but it might not, or it may not have the same level of editorial oversight or expertise as NBC News or Investopedia. I don't know pros and cons, but yeah, it could be like discussion groups, and you hope the person who's writing opinions on there has a good background in finance, and it's not just all opinion. So it's a really great point. And now the most important point, Pham, that I really like, bias and accuracy. The reliability of pros and cons can vary depending on the topic and the sources used. It is not the direct source, rather utilizes sources to make comparisons. It's biased and unreliable. Very good, Pham. Nice call. I really like that. In English, you say nice call is great observation, great decision there. Pham, would you like to add anything to this?
No.
Pham, now you're a graduate student, or your background, you were studying economics or finance?
I think you missed something, but I haven't written this one.
You didn't write this one?
Yes.
Is it another Pham? Are there like two Phams? I didn't write this one. You know what? I think there are two Phams in our class.
I think so.
All right. So if you're the other Pham, Pham says, I didn't write this one, teacher, but it's really well written. Hey, Pham, if you want to take credit for it, it's really well written. No, I'm just joking. You shouldn't do that. Okay. Let me get another one. And now we have the role. This is by Nellie. Nellie, are you there? Oh, wait a minute. Nellie, this is from another class. I'm sorry. Nellie is in academic writing number 2. Way to save. Oh, this is from V. V, are you here tonight? Is V here?
Yes. I have
Hello,
problem
V.
with the microphone. Yeah, until now I fix it. Yeah.
Now you sound good. V, I really enjoyed this one. This is also really good because it's a great finance topic too in America right now. Would you like to read it, or shall I read it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell
So
you what. Your mic sounds good, V. You could try.
yeah, I begin the red line or just the from. Yeah,
Is best.
yeah. Way to save on your monthly bill. Um, I have two socks. So I find out two socks and compare this. Both of these socks is of information demonstrate way to cut monthly spending. However, neither of them has been able to assemble facts on which expenses consumers spend the most and squander the most, thereby presenting acceptable monthly spending options. For example, the most common expense that people incur nowadays is shopping, sometimes spending more than they can earn in a month, and usually credit card to purchase some item they do not require, such as the latest iPhone or a brand book bag. Both sources of data highlight the expenses that must be served, and the second source of data show additional options.
Yeah, Vi, the reason why I really liked it, of course, I wrote nerd wallet because nerd is such a funny word.
Yeah, yeah.
And but the reason I really like this is because recently I was thinking, I have a very good memory. It's a strange memory. It's very precise. And I can think back 45, 44 years. I can actually tell you what I used to spend my money on when I was in secondary school. It's really crazy. I can actually tell you the things that I bought 40 years ago when I had extra money in high school. And I compared my spending habits then to what people spend money on now. And the things like smartphones and the monthly bill for smartphone carriers, for me, that says the expenditures for young people are so much higher, like a membership to Netflix to watch movies, a smartphone, another app. So the subscription costs are just unbelievable. Do you find that to be the case? Like what you call frivolous, squander and frivolous. These are wonderful words, by the way. The squander, and then you also used frivolous, right? Oh, I think maybe there's a problem with the mic, V. Yeah, okay, V has a problem with the microphone. She said squander, and that's spending money foolishly. And so it just seems now for today's teenagers and college students in America and other countries, they spend so much money on subscription fees for monthly subscriptions to music sources or video sources or game sites where you pay to play the games. I'm going to give this to Rick because he's our other finance guy. Let's see if we can find Rick. Rick, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello. How are you, Rick?
Fine, thanks. Glad to see all of you today.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Hey, Rick, what do you think of this idea? V's having a little problem with her microphone. So she said of the two sources, they don't go into enough details on what people actually waste. She uses the word squander their money. Do you think that's a good critique, good criticism of this?
I haven't seen the contents of the two links. However, just a short paragraph, I cannot evaluate
Yeah.
the
Hey, Rick,
content of the two sources.
let's take a look because I haven't clicked on anyone's sources yet, right? So what I
Yes.
can do right now is I'll put this in Google search and we can actually go to this really funny sounding nerd wallet. I keep laughing because we use that word in secondary school, nerd. It was to
Nut.
describe
So, can you explain the word nut?
nerd. Yeah,
When I search the nut wallet, it
yeah,
shows it's a company about 20 years ago,
yeah.
and for personal finance, some advice and policy and strategic personal strategies.
Uh, so yeah, let's see what we have here. Kathy Hinson, lead editor, and written by Kelsey Sheehy. V, if you can hear me, this looks pretty good because it was a senior writer, but then it's edited by Kathy Hinson, and it says fact checked. So this
Can
is
you share the screen? Can you share your screen?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Thanks. I completely forgot to share my screen. What a strange mistake. Okay, so this article that V put a link for,
Oh,
we have Kelsey Sheehy, who is a senior writer, and we have Kathy Hinson, fact
mm,
checked it. Let's see
mm,
this Kelsey Sheehy. What is her background? Is it in finance? Is a senior
first,
writer.
yes.
Yeah. She started at NerdWallet and spent 6 years as a personal finance writer. Hey, she has been on NBC News. So that's the other one that Pham mentioned in her stuff. Los Angeles Times newspaper, National Public Radio, The American Banker. So these are really good credentials.
Yes.
So V, I would say this is, oh, she went to the, I went to this, she went to my university in America, Northwestern. My goodness. She studied journalism. The School of Journalism is very difficult to get into. I only studied history there, which was also difficult, but wow, how interesting. Okay. So, all right. And then let's check this Kathy Hinson. Who is Kathy Hinson? Here's a couple here. Kathy Hinson. Kathy Hinson, where are you? Kathy Hinson. All right. Oregon, Los Angeles Times, University of Iowa. Yeah, so if she was on the Los Angeles Times as an editor, then you know she's quite good as an editor. Okay. Yeah, Los Angeles Times, very prestigious newspaper. So this looks like it'll be pretty good. But let's go back to the story now and see. Let's see. Housing, utilities. Is money tight? Rick, if you were to read just one of these, this utilities, could you read it and then tell us if you think it's good advice as an accountant and finance person?
Okay. When we talk about utilities, your monthly utility bills are a smart place to look for quick savings. Small tricks like adjusting your thermostat or signing up for automatic payments can add up to major saving.
Yeah,
Mm,
so
okay.
utilities. Does everyone understand gas and water and electric for your house or apartment?
Electricity. Yes.
Hmm. So you think utilities are a good thing to focus on, Rick?
I agree. For
Okay.
example, here the article is talking about thermostat. It mean I understand this is the air conditioner.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
mm, so that's a good way for saving,
Yeah.
because when yeah
Rick,
for
in
Asia.
Vietnam, you use air conditioning a lot in Vietnam. Do people spend a lot of their budget on air conditioning now?
Yes, because it's become more popular day by day.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and they may not be noticed about suitable
Mm,
range up thermostat.
mm.
It means the sensors which is suitable for it should not be different over 10 degrees compared to the current environment. For
Oh, okay,
example,
that's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the best
yeah.
the the most suitable range is
Mm,
from 25 to
mm,
27
mm.
degrees Celsius.
Yeah. Do you
And
know?
one more tip is
Yeah.
you use some fans or at least one fans in the
Mm,
room so that it
mm.
can sweep the air around the rooms better than use the fans from the air conditioner. So it will save
Yes.
a lot of money.
Yeah, the Japanese do that too. My wife does that. The cold air hits the floor and the fan brings it back up, and you save a lot of money on electricity. Wow, nice work, Rick.
Okay.
So you understand how to do home economics, saving money very well. Where Americans were making a mistake, they paid about $100 for cable TV to watch sports and news and movies and entertainment shows. But then people switched to the internet. And so Apple TV and Amazon have better television deals. You know, you don't have to spend, you can spend $10 a month now. So it's 90% savings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For my for my case in my
Mm,
family and
mm,
some my neighborhood or
mm.
some people in my family, I always advise her or advise them to totally stop the cable for television, just
Yes,
internet, just internet cable.
exactly.
That's
Yeah, my
because
sister did the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, because all nowadays people use the smart TV. It's
Yes.
directly connect to the internet through Wi-Fi.
Mm,
So everything there, you do not need the TV cable anymore.
yeah. And the savings is like 75% or 90%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so. All right. So, Rick, what do you think of this article that V did the link? Do you think it's a pretty good academic source if you needed general information?
Um, from my point of view, it is mm, a good article, but not
Mm.
for academic. So
Ah,
they
okay,
may
good, good.
provide
Yeah,
useful tips,
yeah,
but
this is true.
but
Useful
not for
tips, but
academic.
not academic. Wonderful. Good,
Yeah.
good comment, Rick. And I think that's what V was trying to say as well. She said there's not enough comparison contrast between the sources. All right, you guys, I tried to show everyone's work tonight because, like I said, you did a wonderful job on this work and you handed it in, you worked hard. So I really wanted to, in English, we say showcase or show everybody's work. So I have to start tonight's topic, and it's very closely connected to last week's topic. It's called integrating the sources, and I'll try my best to go through this, not too quickly, but we only have about 25 minutes left. And so I'm going to share the screen for this one. So integrating means putting together all your sources here. And so you already know how to do sources, everybody. It's really good. So integrate is to put them together, all your sources, um, quoting, paraphrasing, summarizing the evidence. Now, this is where it gets a little bit difficult. When you summarize, make a summary of all the stuff you collect, you have to be careful of paraphrasing, because if you're working on a deadline to give your teacher a 5-page report or 15-page report, it could be that you just want to quickly highlight everything, paste it, right, and then copy it. But you can't do that, right? So it's best not to do that. In fact, I have to go back and say that don't do that, undo that paste. Okay, so the most important thing is avoid plagiarism, okay? So let me show you the this is easier to do in social sciences, to put things in your own words. And so I want to show you how I did this when I prepared your lesson this evening. I wrote, here's a finance article from CNBC in America, which is a pretty good source on the Chinese government's efforts to support their weakening economy. I will use 4 paragraphs from this article to demonstrate paraphrasing, okay? So Elvin, can you read this 4-paragraph thing from China? I'll move it up. It's 4 short paragraphs. They're pretty short in length too. So Elvin, can you read this for us?
Authorized here have ramped up stimulus and announcements since late September, fueling a stock rally on September 26th. President Xi Jinping led a meeting that called for strengthening physical and monetary support and stopping the real estate market slumps.
Mm.
While the People's Bank of China has already cut several interest rates, the country's fiscal policy, governed by the Ministry of Finance, would require major increase in government debts and spending, which need parliamentary approval.
Yeah, here's a little bit more, Elvin.
During a similar meeting in October of last year, authorities had approved a rare increase in China deficit to 3.8% from 3%, according to state media. This year's gathering did not announce such a change. Daily official readouts of the parliamentary meetings this week and had said officials were reviewing the proposal to increase the local government debt limits to address hidden debts.
Okay, now it's kind of difficult. That one word, Elvin, fiscal, just means money policy. As our finance people know, that just means money policy. Oh, wait a minute, it just jumped back to that thing there. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I got that article from there. Let me show you. We have this paragraph here, and you say to yourself as a student doing academic writing, this is really good. I like this, but I can't copy it directly. My teacher won't let me do that. So wait one sec. I have to paste it in while it's offline, because when I try to paste things online, Zoom knocks me out of the meeting, and it's really terrible. Okay, so I'm going to go back so you can read it. Now, Elvin, you read that first paragraph, and now here's how I changed it. First, we had authorities here have ramped up stimulus, means increase the government stimulus by giving more money to areas of the economy that are performing poorly since late September. And it fueled a Chinese stock market rally. On September 26, President Xi Jinping led a meeting that called for strengthening fiscal and monetary support. It means money support to people who need it, and stopping the real estate market slump, or it's going down really fast. It's really dangerous. So I know I have to change this, everybody. So this is what I did. I added more words because this is written, to tell you the truth, this is written for a online magazine. It's for NBC News. But if you're doing academic writing, you can actually make it longer for your writing. It's okay because you're writing an academic paper. You don't have to make it for people to read on the internet to make it entertainment and exciting. You can add more words to it, and you clearly can see I added a lot more words to this, okay? So I changed all these words. All of these words here have been changed here. And in this way, I completely avoided plagiarizing or copying someone else's work. It says governing officials have issued a series of economic stimulus press releases in late September, leading to a jump in stock prices. On September 26th, China's leader Xi Jinping mediated a task force seminar entitled Strengthening Fiscal and Monetary Support. One of the group's most pressing concerns was addressing the increasingly severe real estate downturn. While the People's Bank of China has already cut several interest rates, the country's fiscal policy governed by the Ministry of Finance would require major increases in government debt and spending, which need parliamentary approval. During a similar meeting in October of last year, authorities had approved a rare increase in China's deficit to 3.8% from 3%, according to state media. This year's gathering did not announce such a change. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I ran these two together. So this is the first one, and then this is the paraphrasing here. Okay. And then this is the 3% change. I kind of mixed these up, you guys, but okay. Let me show you more of what I did. One moment. I'm going to stop that share, and I'm just going to paste in the rest of what I wrote here. Oh, yes, this works very well. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Now, you guys, this is economics and finance, but it's important to learn this stuff for your work. I'm going to turn this share off, and then I'm going to put this here. Okay, that's better. And let's go back to share. And it's right there, I believe. Okay, so the original talked about this change, and then I also added this. Let me see who can try to read this. I want one of the students to read this one. Someone who hasn't had a chance to speak tonight. I want to really give you all a chance to speak. So let's see. Elvin and Ellis. Tintin, are you there?
Yes.
Tintin, would you like to read the last part of this?
Daily updates of the parliamentary deliberations, reported proposal reviews by various members concerned with the events of increasing local government debts as means of confronting the thorny issue of hidden debt within provincial municipalities.
Yeah, now I added, this is like big language. You wouldn't see this in a CNBC article. But again, since we're changing this to academic language, it's okay to use longer words and stuff. So let me put the paste there. So this was the original here. It's quite short, right? It's just here. Daily official readouts of the parliamentary meeting this week had said officials were reviewing the proposal to increase the local government debt limit to address hidden debt. It's well written, it's very short, but I expanded this out to the daily updates. I made this quite long, actually. And it's, as I said before, it's okay to make it quite long because you are doing academic writing, okay? So this is what I want to do as an exercise. Let me show you, go back to the sources for tonight's goal. And the assignment, can you write, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't share the screen. One moment, please. Okay, the assignment for this week is, let's see, Alice, would you like to read the assignment for this week, 6.4?
6.4 assignment. Write a short research-based paragraph that correctly integrates evidence and citations. Social science versus natural science. Paraphrasing is far easier for social science. We will demonstrate this in class.
Yeah.
Here's.
Oh, we already did this, Alice. That's fine. So here's the assignment. Write a short research-based paragraph with correctly integrated evidence and citations, okay? So you can write your paragraph on anything that you like. And so some of you have already started doing this. Like Alice, if we go back to your thing, let me see, who did this? Somebody actually started to write a paragraph. I believe it was, let's see, was this Kwan? Let's check this. No, Kwan just described the process and so did Ryoko. But someone, I think it was Tintin and Alice. Alice, let's take a look if you actually started to write about this. Yeah, technology, excellent. Alice, you included a thesis statement, okay? So we have to integrate a source. We'll take a look, go back to Alice's writing, which we began class with. And so Alice, do you remember you wrote this? This was really great, the thesis statement here, right? Okay, and then you discussed it here, but what we want to do is to copy this, Alice. And then if we go back to here, one moment, please. Okay, so here's the assignment and we'll go ... And let me show it to you on the share screen, what it looks like now. Okay, so Alice, there's your thesis statement. There are no less advertisements and posts. I'm not sure what you mean by this though, Alice. There are no less advertisements, posts, and social media platforms. Do you mean there are so many?
Yeah, I mean that it's so many that it
Okay.
is not a less common thing for daily
Okay.
people.
All right, I would say this, there are an increasing number of advertisements, posts, and social media platforms. And this is an uncommon, let's change this. For a majority of people. Just imagine living with technology at this point in history. Via means by the internet and websites. It will become a more different world we know than today. All right, so Alice, this is kind of interesting. I like this as a statement, but we need a source here, right? And so in your paper, you gave a source. We have to integrate the source that Ellis used. And so we're going to go to that now, Ellis. And don't worry about this because you did a great job. So your sources are good. And we're going to go here to Ellis's work again. And we have this. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do this right now so everyone can see because you chose the Binghamton source, Ellis. So this will automatically come up on Google. And I'm going to go right there. And let's see. Okay. Is it going to be nice? Now, see, my Windows is so old that it doesn't do the link sometimes, Ellis. So let me stop this here and I'll go to Google and we'll go to that Bingham source for you so you can cite it properly, right? So I'll take this away and I'll put here and I'll put this here and it should recognize where that is. And we go to the Bingham story. Okay. Yeah, Binghamton University. Very nice source, Alice, by the way. And we go here. And I don't want to give my email address. Okay. Study shows users banned from social media platforms go elsewhere with increased toxicity. Oh my gosh, that's serious, Alice. It means if you get banned from somewhere, you go and you start doing evil stuff in other places, right? And then, Ellis, did you see this? 2 professors wrote this article.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is an article from this is actually an interesting source, Ellis, because what these online newspapers for universities do is they showcase or put professors' research right on their website, right? And so this is November 10th is today, Sunday. So this is a really good article, Ellis. And do you notice in the 36 degrees Fahrenheit, it's about 2 degrees outside. It's really cold. So this is November in America, right? This is really funny. It says when people act like jerks on social media, very bad behavior, one permanent response is to ban them from posting again. So Ellis, we would take this because it's really good. It's written by 2 researchers and we copy this and we stop this share. Let's go back to the sample thing that we're working on. So one moment, please. And that is here. Sorry, I'm jumping between all these papers today, so it's a little bit long in the response. Okay, so Ellis, what we would do here is we put a 1 there, but I'm not doing the footnote the proper way. And then you would put this here, all right? And so if you want to say where you got this from, you would write web resource available at, and there it is. But what we also need, Ellis, is we need the names of those 2 professors. So those 2 professors are, it says a team of researchers. Let's go to this one. Okay, so Ellis, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to put his name is in there. I think it's okay to do this. Professor Jeremy Blackburn, but I don't like that coloring, Ellis. That's from the original article. So I'll go over, if I can. I want to paste this better. I don't think that's a good place to paste that. Copy and paste it there. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so Ellis, this came right from the internet because his name is a little bit difficult to spell. And then you go like this. And then Ellis, this was released on November 10th, 2024. And it's Bingham University.
It's actually out from here.
Yeah, it's from Bingham, but it's on their website, right?
Yeah, it's actually it is written. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's in the link. Yeah, but if it's in the link, it's a little bit different. You have to actually spell it out like this, right? It's good to, properly put all that spelled out in black. Don't change the color. Okay. And also let's put the title of it. What's the title of his thing? It is, oh, beautiful. There it is, Ellis. Okay, I'm going to copy it. Now, Ellis, we need the title of the research paper, right? So we're going to actually change this to Blackburn. We just put his family name first, and then we write Jeremy. And then you don't have to write professor. And then Ellis, here we're going to put the title of this. Now, this is a link, so I hope it doesn't do something crazy, but I just pasted this. Do you see how it's really huge? Because that's actually a link. So it's going to be hard to change the color on this. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, yeah, and it's really big. We want to go to just 12. Okay, yeah, much better. Maybe let's go to 13. I'm using Apple. All right, Ellis, do you see that now? And let's go Bingham University, New York. Okay, that is a really well cited thing, okay? So for the older students, you've seen this style of doing something before. But for the younger students, that might be a little bit more challenging, don't you think? Okay, so Ellis, what do you think? Are you happy with this? Let's check with Ellis. So Ellis, do you understand how to do this? Is Ellis there? Ellis, are you there? Yeah. Okay, so if you put this one here, this is your footnote, and then you properly cited this, so we know where this information came from, okay? Let me ask the students, Elvin, have you seen this before? This footnoting with sources?
Yes.
Yeah, because you go to good high schools where you have to do this properly. Okay, so this is not new for you. You know how to do this, right? Let's check with Ryoko. Ryoko, do you know how to do this? Is Ryoko here? Mr. Ryoko,
Yeah,
have you done this before?
actually, I haven't.
Okay, so remember you start with footnote number 1, and everything after that you have to use 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And so we got this from Alice's thing. Now listen, you don't have to do a full paper for the homework. It's too much work. Can you do just one paragraph like Alice did? And Alice, do you want this to be your homework? Because you kind of already finished it, but you always give yourself extra challenges, Alice. Would you like to do a new one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much, Alice. You're really kind. So do you guys understand? Just give us one paragraph that you would find in academic writing, but then show us a source to support your paragraph. It's kind of easy homework, but the most important thing is that you get this right with the proper family name, first name, the title of the article, the date of publication online, and then where did it come from? Bingham University, New York. But you must also show where you got this. And you've already done this in your homework for last week, okay? All right, so what do you think? I'm gonna check some students before we go. Tra, how are you? Tra in Hanoi.
Okay, I'm fine.
Tra there. Sorry. Tra. Hello, Tra.
You're breaking up.
Oh, somewhere. Oh, it's coming through a little bit difficult, the voice. Let me check with Uyen. Uyen, are you there? Oh yeah, the microphones aren't so good tonight. Uyen, are you there?
Your camera froze.
Okay, yeah, it's coming through in small pieces, everybody. Oh, okay, it says my internet connection is not stable. Okay. So let's see, when the camera went off. Okay, let me see. I'll stop that share and go to here and my camera. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, a bit more clearly.
Okay, yeah, it stopped. There was some interruption and I don't know why. It's better now. Okay, so does everyone understand the homework? Just a paragraph, but please put a citation, and with a proper footnote, okay? And the footnote means you have to paste in the link, all right? So it's a continuation of last week's homework, but it includes the footnote process, the proper citation, okay? All right, any questions? Okay, thanks, Ruyoko. For the workers, I hope you have a good Monday tomorrow. And for the students, have a good day in class tomorrow. Elvin and Ellis and Ryoko. For Rick, I hope you have a good day at work.
Thank you.
And V also.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good class, good class. All right. I will see you next week in class number 6. Have a great week, everybody.
Goodbye, teacher.
Good night, Ryoko. Bye-bye, Rick. Take care.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, Ellis. Goodbye, Tintin. Bye-bye, Uyen. Bye-bye, Tron. Bye-bye, Min.